What do you get when you mix a very famous and powerful man, a party, a yacht, and a couple of young girls? Well, duh, you've got a scandalous Hollywood trial that made headlines over 80 years ago. Actor Errol Flynn was a hugely popular Hollywood actor in the 1930s and 40s. He was a heartthrob, he made the studio tons of money, he was handsome, rich. In the public eye, Errol Flynn could do no wrong. But behind the scenes, he was known for his debauchery. This man was wild AF. He was known for his parties where everybody wanted an invite to be near him. Sound familiar? There was always plenty of booze, shrugs, women, and he was known to have two-way mirrors in his house. Errol was kinky. They called him the Devil's Angel, and one of his movie star girlfriends taught him to put a little yayo on the tip to make it last longer. Sure, he was married to actress Lily Demita, but what does that matter? He had an appetite for lovin', so he did his thing. Together, they had a son named Sean. Anyway, Lily filed for divorce. Later that year, two young teenage girls accused him of statutory rape. 17-year-old Betty Hansen and Peggy Satterley, who was 15 years old when she met Errol Flynn. Betty moved to LA to become an actress. She attended a party and met Errol. She said he gave her cocktails, then took her upstairs. Betty said he forced himself on her. She didn't really resist. But later, she calls her sister to tell her what happened, and her sister is livid and calls the popo. The age of consent in California was 18, and she had just turned 17 a few days before they met. So the case went before an LA grand jury. It was thrown out for lack of evidence. They said no crime was committed. But then the DA remembered that another girl had come forth the year before. Her name was Peggy Satterley. She was also an aspiring actress. That's her in the middle. She received a small role in the film Arabian Nights. She was invited by a photographer to go hang out on Errol's yacht. Bad news. Here are some photos from that weekend. Allegedly, he gave her a drink that was spiked and then proceeded to have relations with her 2 times. Mind you, she was 15 years old. He goes to trial, and this is front page news. You've got tons of fans outside of the courthouse lining up to get autographs from him. And of course, he hires a defense team who's gonna attack the victims. They began to discredit the girls, calling them promiscuous. They questioned their morals, their motives. They asked about previous relations. They even brought up a schmomortion Peggy had, which was illegal, that implied that she got around. Ugh. In the end, the jury of 8 women, 4 men acquitted Errol of all counts, and his career stronger than ever. But get this. While he was on trial, he met another teenager who worked at the courthouse. Her name, Nora Eddington. Some say she was 17 when they met. The record shows she was 19. Anyway, they got married. They had 2 girls. He got married one more time, had another daughter. But at the end of his life, he met a 15-year-old girl, and then he shacked up with her until he passed away from a heart attack at the age of 50. Some stories prove that celebrities are protected, not because they're innocent, but because they're profitable or just plain famous.